Welcome to ASHLEE Marie. I'm so excited today. I have a guest. This is Alyssa from the RecipeCritic.com. She's an amazing food blogger. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is absolutely amazing.
It's so much more fun to cook in the kitchen with a friend than it is to cook by yourself. This is a series I'm starting. You are the first. Thank you for being my guinea pig. And today we have a treat for you. These are 6 different chicken dishes, all different sauces, but with the same base chicken recipe.
Yes.
So these are all some of the top recipes on your site. They're super popular.
Better than takeout.
Better than takeout. So to begin with, we're gonna make the very first sauce that you ever came up with, and that was the sweet and sour chicken, right?
Yes.
Now, is this the easiest out of all the sauces then?
Well, it only uses 6 ingredients. So it comes together within just a matter of minutes. Okay, so we've got our sugar right here, soy sauce, garlic salt, white vinegar, cider vinegar, and the ketchup. And people sometimes are a little...
this all seems pretty Asian, and then all of a sudden the ketchup.
Yeah, so people are a little hesitant about the ketchup, but I promise this is, once you try the sauce, it's a key ingredient to making this sweet and sour, and it's just amazing. So don't be hesitant
well, it is sweet, so.
about the ketchup. Like, just go with it.
Okay.
No, just whisk it all together
don't
until...
spill.
Yep. This is the baked sweet Hawaiian chicken, and this is the newest to all of the recipes. And I really love it because it has the pineapple juice in it that adds the sweetness to the sauce and is just absolutely amazing. This one has more texture to it, and the red pepper with the red pepper and the pineapple chunks. So I usually start with the brown sugar, pineapple juice, soy sauce, and get that all whisked together. Add the garlic in there. And then the cornstarch helps.
I love garlic, that smells so
I know.
good.
The cornstarch helps to thicken it up as it bakes. So add the chunks in very last, and then you're ready to go.
So this one is your orange chicken.
Yep.
And I will say this has probably the most ingredients that we've worked with so far.
Yes, so this one has a little bit more ingredients, and it also has some sriracha in it to give it
So a little kick.
a little kick to this one.
This is enough heat for flavor, but not enough heat for, like, you know, to be scared or clean out your sinuses or anything like that.
Yes, you'll love it.
All right,
it's
so
great.
perfect. So we have sugar, traditional little sweetness, and the vinegars. Now what else is everything here?
So there's our sriracha. We've got our soy sauce, the cornstarch to thicken it up, the garlic salt, orange peel, and our orange juice.
So all that you really care about is the cornstarch chunks being broken up, right?
Yeah.
So what's this one?
This is the baked honey sesame.
All right, so how are you getting the sesame flavor when I don't see sesame seeds?
Well, you are going to use sesame seeds at the end for garnish.
To be pretty.
But you're also using sesame oil inside the...
Now, is sesame oil hard to find, or can people get it anywhere?
People can get it anywhere. Sometimes they do have trouble finding it, but it is just on the, you know, Asian
section of the aisle.
You'll see the little bottle.
Like I went looking in the oil section and didn't find it.
Yes, it's in that.
The
and
Asian
you'll see the little
section.
bottle.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what is everything?
Okay, so we have our brown sugar, ketchup.
Okay, like the other one.
Like the other, but
works.
just trust. It's one of the best. Rice wine vinegar this time. Our cornstarch to help thicken it up. There's our sesame oil, minced garlic, soy sauce, and our honey.
I think I'm gonna stir this a little bit before the cornstarch.
Yeah.
Because this is looking a little bit full. Maybe use a bigger bowl when you're not going for looks. So we're going for the pretty factor here, people.
We're just basically seeing if you can't spill it as you whisk.
Right? A lot of people do those challenges on their YouTube channel, like taste the beans and stuff like that. This is my challenge. See if you can whisk a full bowl without spilling, right? Ooh, that was close. And now this one is?
The firecracker chicken.
So is this one super spicy then?
So this one I am able to eat.
So it's still not too spicy?
It's not too spicy, but you are gonna love the kick. Like even my kids are able to eat this. It's not too spicy.
So one of my favorite things is to get wings with buffalo sauce, and that's the base for this one, right?
Yes, and that's what's gonna give it that little bit of a kick.
This has a lot of sugar, a lot more than the rest. So is it super sweet?
So this is what's gonna help to cool down the
Ooh, I'm gonna have to use that excuse. This is more sugar because I'm cooling down.
Yes, we're kind of
I'll have to come up with something.
making it a little more sweet.
All right, sounds good. So the flakes.
Okay, and we've got the buffalo sauce.
And this one is?
That is apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. And this one uses water and salt, which the other recipes didn't call for either.
Yeah, so this one's a little different than the other ones that we've been doing.
All right.
There you go.
So is this also thicker than the rest?
Yes, so that one is thicker. That's why we don't need cornstarch for this.
Oh, because it's already thick.
Yep.
That makes sense. All right, this is our final sauce of the 6 in your series. So what's this one?
Kung Pao.
All right, Kung Pao, that sounds spicy, flavorful?
Yeah, so we have a little kick to this. Obviously, you can adjust red pepper flakes, things like that. Garnish it with red pepper flakes if you want more of a kick. I try to keep it, a little family friendly. Don't burn the kids' mouths.
Yeah, it depends on what your kids are used to, or your husband, kind of depending on who the wimpy one in the family is.
Yeah, so I usually do all of the, like the soy sauce, I'll start with the soy sauce first.
Okay, and leave the chunky stuff
yes, for
off
the
the
end.
side for now. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll whisk all this just like you've done with all the other sauces. Add the brown sugar to that. White vinegar.
You need a spatula for that one.
Yeah. Our garlic. And we've got sriracha, cornstarch, the expert whisker here.
Actually, a couple of my videos, I have made some pretty big spills. I'm just kind of knock on wood, right? Waiting for it. Okay, so now this is all together, and then?
Then just add in
the chunky stuff?
Chunky.
Ooh.
Red peppers.
I totally just splashed. And then the peanuts?
Yep. And then that's ready to just pour on top of the chicken.
Now it's time for the chicken, and this part is the one that you get asked questions about the most, right?
Oh yeah.
And this technique that we're about to do now is the same for all the sauces that we just made, right?
Yes, and trust me on the technique, because this is what is giving it that better than takeout breading.
This looks really simple. I mean, there's I'm expecting sugar and salt and some flour and maybe some baking soda or something, because when I fry food, I make this big old batter.
Yeah.
I like to complicate things.
Yeah.
But this is super simple.
Yes.
Okay, so we have big chunks of chicken. Now what?
Yes, so then we're gonna take our big chunks of chicken, and I found it easiest, since I've made this so many times, to put your chicken in.
How often do you make these?
My family would want this every night of the week, I swear.
Okay.
So
a bag of cornstarch.
Yes.
All right.
So you're just gonna place your chicken in the bag.
Slimy chicken there.
Yes, this makes it the easiest to get it all coated in there.
All right.
And if for some reason you're shaking up the chicken and you need to add a little more cornstarch, just make sure that all of the pieces
So the cornstarch
are
mixture isn't super written in stone. You just kind of have to eyeball it.
Yeah, so I started out with, I believe, half a cup.
Okay. All right, they're all covered in cornstarch. It looks good. Now what?
Okay, so this is the one I get the most questions about, because people are like, oh, do we have to coat it in the egg and then the cornstarch?
Right.
But no, you want to coat your chicken in the cornstarch, and then you simply just dip it in the egg and then put it into the frying pan.
Yeah, see, because for me, when I fry foods, I dip it in some kind of liquid, butter,
Yes,
egg, whatever, and
usually
then back into something dry, right?
That's how it's go. But as you see, as it's cooking in the oil, it's creating that breading around the chicken with the egg on the outside.
We did about half a cup of oil because my pan is so big. But at home, you said you usually have a quarter of a cup of oil, right?
Yeah, so you just want it, as you can see, to just coat the bottom of the pan.
Now, when I fry my chicken, it's floating.
Oh, same. Yeah, right? That's usually how it is.
This is really just enough oil to cover the bottom.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to float the chicken.
No.
So now we're not completely cooking the chicken in this, right?
No.
Because that's why it's called baked chicken.
Yes, this is just what's giving the breading to the outside. And of course, you can always skip this part and just bake the chicken with the sauce. That's fine. But
so you could just dip them in the cornstarch and the egg and just go straight to baking?
No, you want to, if you didn't want the breading,
okay,
then you could just bake the chicken and with the sauce.
Gotcha. So
but
just a saucy chicken, but if you want the coating.
The breading and the extra time that it takes is far worth the result of getting that same authentic, better than takeout.
Well, plus the breading helps hold the sauce. And I don't know about you, but
yes, and that's
I
the
like
best part.
a lot of sauce
yes.
with my chicken. Oh,
yes.
That was a little baby piece. So we have all of the chicken in. The whole batch is about 3 to 4 breasts, right?
Yes.
And we had it at 300 or medium temperature if you're cooking it on the stove. And now we turned it up to 325. And at home you just turn it up like a couple notches, or?
Yeah, so I mean, you're kind of just gonna want your oil. You're not gonna want it to splatter, but you're gonna want to be able to brown the chicken. So as you see, our chicken right here is ready. It's starting to brown. So these are all ready to turn.
Okay.
And you can use a tongue or even tongs, or
Well, you said you like to use a spatula.
a spatula turns them a little faster. So as you see, they're browning perfectly,
like
just the way we want them. Some of the chicken pieces will be stuck together. You easily just break them apart like that. Just let the other side fry for another couple of minutes, and then it's ready to go into our pan. So our chicken is just slightly brown on the edges. It's ready to go in. And like I said, you know, you'll still notice like maybe some of the chicken is pink, but that's okay. We're just lightly browning it to bake it in the oven.
So don't completely cook it at this point or end up with dry chicken, right?
Yes. So there's your chicken, and then all you do, pour the sauce right on top.
And this is the same for all of the recipes and all the sauces. You just pull the chicken out, sauce it up,
Yes.
give it a good stir, right?
Yes. So ready to go into the oven, and
So now we're gonna put it in at 350?
325. So it's going to bake at a lower temperature.
Okay, so long and low heat, long and slow. That's how I cook cheesecake.
Yes. So that gives the time to thicken up the sauce and brown the chicken. About every 15 minutes, just give it a stir, and you're good to go. In about 45 minutes, depending on the oven, like usually mine's ready after about 45 minutes. You'll be able to tell because the chicken will be nice and brown.
Well, you might have to take a big old bite and test it.
Yeah, you might have to do a little testing.
Right? I'm
But
like, oh, dang you guys.
yeah,
We
so
have to have like 4 more pieces to make sure this is okay.
oh, I know, trust me. This recipe is my weakness.
And we're done. Thank you so
Yes.
much. You guys, you are missing out. This smells amazing.
Oh, it is so good.
My tummy is grumbling so loud as
Yes.
we have been making all of these recipes. You guys, this is like feast for days, and I think I might just eat these all.
Oh, I know. I'm just
myself
like,
and not even share with anybody.
they're so good.
So thank you again so much for coming. Don't forget to check out Alyssa, therecipecritic.com. I'm gonna have a link down below to all 6 of these recipes. You can go, you can print, you can make, you can enjoy, you can share.
I have a better than takeout fried rice recipe
Right.
that I usually make with these because the rice tastes like takeout. It's awesome. So
You always need rice as a side. We have some
Yeah.
buried underneath all of this chicken, but let's face it, the chicken is really the star
oh,
here.
for sure.
All right, so don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment if there is a food blogger out there that you want me to have on as a guest. Don't forget to give Alyssa some love and let us know which is your favorite of all of your Chinese foods. And for my favorite part, now we get to eat it. I'm gonna take my fork
Okay.
and let's dig
Where
in.
should we
I'm gonna
start?
start with this one. Sweet and sour,
Let's
classic.
do the firecracker. And this
Oh.
isn't too spicy.
You guys,
Better than takeout.
very. I don't think I've ever had a takeout that was this good.
It's amazing.
Why bother with takeout?
This is why this is my favorite recipe on my
Oh
site.
my word, this orange, like it just blooms in my mouth, like the citrus flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I can see why you guys make one of these every week. Seriously. I think we're gonna have a new like Tuesday night Asian night or something at our
That's what we
house.
do.
This is so good. I feel like my pompadour is falling.
As the day goes on,
Right,
your
and, like,
hair
the
just starts
butter,
falling.
yeah. It's that Big Hero 6, right? She's like, melt your face off wings.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, that's the recipe that I need.
Oh my gosh.
I like the melt your face off heat.
that is so funny.